world. A warm welcome to everybody. Today I have a beautiful light soul, again a beautiful light soul. I am with Jenny McCarty. She's also called Matahari-JI. She's a multidimensionally awaked avatar, a spiritual teacher, a twin flame ascension, and a visionary artist. You also have a group, do you, Jen? The event is happening, do you?
The event is happening, yeah, that's my group, yeah.
That's your group, the event is happening,
yeah.
Okay. And you work with the twin flame match. That's really interesting. Hello, welcome, and thank you for your cooperation today and your contribution in my channel, AnaAkun. How are you doing?
You. I'm very good, thank you. Excellent, yes.
Lovely to be here.
Yes.
What is a twin flame? Can you explain a little bit to the people what's a twin flame?
Well, ultimately, you know, everyone sort of like believes the sort of like the hype that, you know, it's all about an external relationship, but really your twin flame is your own Kundalini energy. So the Kundalini is the energy that lives at the base of your spine, and it's the polarity of the masculine and feminine, and it's your own vibratory frequency. So when we incarnate, we're always on that journey back home to the marriage with God, and God is always within the self. So it's not external, it's always an internal phenomena. And that is through the marriage of the twin flames, the twin essences of your own Kundalini energy. So you must do the work. You must like wake up out of the Maya, which makes you believe that it's external, that the idea of the twin is external, because that's not the truth. The truth is it's an internal journey, and it's an internal phenomena that you experience. And so when you have that Kundalini marriage or that Kundalini merge or awakening, many names for it,
yeah, then
you go from being asleep, which is like duality consciousness, you go into sacred union, into union with God, union with self, union with all that is, union between your own masculine and feminine energies within, which activates the energy of the Hirdos Gamos. And that is the Kundalini awakening. So your twin flame is your Kundalini energy.
Okay.
And so when you experience that marriage or that merge, then as it is within, so it is without.
Okay.
And then automatically then you will attract your twin flame on the external, because that is how God works.
Okay, then it comes next time. In fact, what I didn't ask, how did your journey started? Because that's really important also for the listeners, that they know, how did you come to do everything what you're doing today?
Well, my main significant experience was when I was 21 and I went to the Himalayan mountain for the first time.
Okay.
And I met a woman who told me to chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. And I chanted that mantra for about 20,000 times in one day, climbing up a mountain. And when I got to the top of the mountain, I was singing Om Namah Shivaya, and I left the group of people I was with. And then I looked up at the sky, and then all of a sudden I saw this massive light in the sky. And in that moment, I knew that my third eye opened and I was in the presence of God. And the reason I knew it was God was because I really, really hated the word God, because I'd come from a Catholic upbringing and I rejected the word God. But in that moment, I knew absolutely that God is not a man in the sky. God is pure love. God is eternal love. God is the creator of our souls. God is the ocean of creation that we all come from and that we all return to. And so at the age of 21, all of a sudden, my third eye just blasted open, and I was in, you know, staring in God's face, in God's eyes. And then I had like a full-on awakening experience, and now it was like an overdose. I had an overdose of God when I was very young. I was very pure, and but the minute I had that experience, I knew that it wasn't for me. That the reason why I was having that experience was to give that back to my brothers and sisters. That there was absolutely no place where that was mine. It was like I got to see the truth about God, so that to be a gift for everyone, you know. And and that's how I just feel like I'm like a cheerleader of God, and I just like get everyone excited about God.
That's fantastic. I think this is
That's
gorgeous.
what I do. Yeah.
This is gorgeous, and it's just on the end of the day they give it to you because you have the capacity just to give it to everybody, to pass it on, you see. And
yeah, I got overdosed. There's most people in this world, they get a little taste of God, like one spoonful of God.
Yeah.
But I got like a whole bottle.
That's really gorgeous. Can you tell me some experience that you had as a really child? When did it started as a child that you felt all these special?
Well, I was a very, very highly intelligent child, and I could read at 3, and I was very, very brilliant at mathematics, and I was very good at sports, and I was like you know, very masterful on like the physical level of like very, very highly intelligent, and just having a good balance of my left and right brain. And like my mum taught me to tell the time, like immediately I knew how to do everything. And so I was just like I knew I was like an adept. I came in like an adept, you know, and then I was always very, very holding up. I had a connection to higher consciousness, like definitely from the beginning. And I think that, you know, it's just a job. Ultimately, each soul, you know, signs up for a job, and God doesn't think any jobs are better or any work. You know, they're all just jobs that need to happen.
Yeah.
And I just think that was my job, was to have that experience so that I could be a really, really powerful reminder that like God is great, God is real, and it's all good, and God wins. And, you know, we hold that spirit of that, you know, that Christ consciousness within us, and I devote my life to that 24/7.
Wow, that's really fantastic. And did your mom always she was always there to help you out and everything? Did she understood all the things that were happening, what you were feeling and everything? Yeah.
Yeah, as a child, my mum was very, very supportive of my gifts, and
Exactly,
you know,
that's what I tried.
She taught me how to read, and she taught me how to do things instantly. But my mum was very spiritually asleep, and she was very politically asleep, and so she tried to program me with like, not, you know, but she didn't know. She was always doing her best.
Yeah.
But like she said to me, like, God doesn't exist. When I was about 7, she said, God isn't real. When you die, you die. And looking back, that's a bit like, I don't know, that's like borderline not a good thing to say to a child who believes in God.
Yeah.
You know, when your mother says that. So, but you know, it's forgiveness, and she's always done her best. When I was 5 years old, I took my teacher told us to bring a book to school, and I bought a book about astrology.
Okay, incredible. 5 years old.
Yeah. So that's quite a good little story. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that my journey is personal between myself and my creator, Mother, Father, God. Yeah. No, I'm just explaining what it is. And so when I came from spirit into my body, I made a promise that I would remember. I made a promise that I would awaken from the matrix, I would awaken from the illusion, and I would remember my divinity. And so my whole life has been about my contract with God to achieve that. And then through that, many people just can just see my commitment and my passion. And I think that is what inspires people. Absolutely. Because I've got nothing to prove to anyone, because this is between myself and my creator. Because like, it's just like, I always want to be the best daughter that I could ever be for Mother, Father, God. And that is the most important thing in every moment of my life, is to be the best daughter. I see them as my parents, and I want them to be proud of me. I want them to say, that's my daughter. Look what she's doing. Look how many people she's helping. I'm so proud of her. I want to make them so proud every single minute.
I was saying, what about the twin flame path, for example? it creates a real unity, let's say, of unconditional love, isn't it? That's the idea. No?
Well, I mean,
create this unity between
yeah,
people and between everything. No?
yes, that's right. So you have your own hieros, you have your own, you meet your own masculine twin within you, and you go from feeling the idea of you're being separate to waking up and realizing that you're in union with yourself. And then when you make that union with yourself, you realize you're one with everything, absolutely everything in creation. Like we're all brothers and sisters, and all plants, and all sand, all flowers, all insect, everything is all one. It's all part of God's creation. Like, and that is the truth. Like, there's no separation. Like, we're not cousins. Like, that's a lie. We're all family. We're all brothers and sisters, every single one of us. The idea of cousins was just like really, really an illusion.
Okay.
But and so that's what you realize. So and then you have that unity with all, with God, with life, with yourself, with your, and that's what you're, and then you know that your soul has like hit the, you know, won the golden ticket, or won the award for the evolution, because you don't care what other people think about you, because you just want to, you're working with your God self. And you always know God is always watching. God is never, ever, ever not watching you. And so you always want to be the best.
It's important to higher up the vibration.
Yeah. And it's also connected to, like, twin flames will come into union when the divine feminine has really, really woken up, and where she's really done her spiritual work. And then when she's really, really has anchored in fifth dimensional consciousness, then it's only then that her divine partner will be attracted to her. When she's no longer needing, that she's no longer searching, she's just fully on her mission, and she's just like really arrived at that place in her consciousness where there's no more searching. At that moment, then she attracts her divine beloved, and the whole point is that he can then come to her and surrender, because she is surrendered back to her God self. She's done the work. So then he can then surrender to her, to the mother that she is, because she's got no more manipulation, no more needing to control, no more codependency. That's all been cleared, and she's in her divine goddess self. She's then able to hold space for the divine masculine, for his healing journey to begin. And that is how it works.
Wow, that's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So people just, couples come up to you and then you clear them?
My work is to help you identify your programs, your limited programs, your limited beliefs that have created the reality that you're experiencing. That's my job. I don't clean you of anything. We just bring out of the shadow what you weren't aware of. And then it's no longer in the shadow, and then you can make different choices, and then you evolve. And because it's all about shadow work, like all spiritual evolution is all about the shadow work, places where you get triggered, and looking at your wounded self and always bringing your wounded self back home. That is the journey of the soul. That is how the soul evolves from being a 3D caterpillar to a 5D butterfly. And it is through finding the pearls of wisdom in the darkness of the shadow.
To a 5D butterfly. I really love that. That's so cute. Is it the same, a twin flame and a soulmate?
Well, I don't really think that using the terms is very helpful on your evolutionary path, because many people, like 99% of people I work with, come and say that, you know, they've met a twin flame, and I doubt very much it's their twin flame. It is a soulmate. And so it's much better for you to just realize, if that person is just in your life, and that is the person that God has sent you, and that person is the perfect person for you to be in a relationship with right now. And it could be your divine partner, your twin soul, you could call it whatever you like, but it's just your perfect partner, because if that's the one that God has sent, it's your perfect partner. Okay.
Do we all have a twin flame? Masculine?
Yeah, everybody does have a twin flame, but not everybody has made a soul contract to unite with their twin flame in this lifetime.
some people will meet them in this lifetime and other people won't meet them.
Yeah, if you are awakened to the fact that you've got a twin flame, you will meet your twin flame.
Okay. So it's something that you feel, no?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a soul. But it's sort of like what wakes you up to your own ascension. You gotta really, no one's really looking for their twin soul. All you're looking for is yourself. Like, and I'm sorry to be like, if that's a disappointment, but it's not a disappointment, because yourself is like the most holiest, belovedest, divinest daughter of God. Do you know what I mean? If you find yourself, you are the richest being in the whole entire universe. You want for nothing.
I'm going to ask you a last question. What can you tell us about the vibration equilibrium at this moment? Right.
That is a really, really good question. So at the moment, I feel that there's a multiple dimensional chess game that's being played out on the higher dimensional level that the white hats have already won, and what is being played out on the lower dimensional level is a awakening simulation through the sort of like false narrative of the New World Order agenda has been sort of like, you know, has been woven into the plan to assist in the awakening of the next wave of people that are about to be red pilled. So the energies are very, very, I feel like we're on the verge of disclosure. I feel like we're on the verge of something really big making its way into mainstream media, so that a lot of normal people cannot deny what's going on anymore. So I feel that a lot of us are feeling the pressure of that mass awakening. And I also feel that people in divine unions are being slightly targeted at the moment, because when an awakened man and woman are together, it's very, very, very powerful. And so if you're in a divine union, like, set extra protection for yourself right now. And if you're looking for your twin flame, like, just realize that your twin flame is looking for you, and that you are it. And so you may as well just start faking it till you make it, and start really, really just being grateful and enjoying yourself and all the amazing gifts that Mother, Father, God has graced you with.
Fantastic. Where can they contact you? Thank you.